Hey folks, it's your girl Lay, host of the iHeart Lay Show. So, no updates just yet on the development of the show, but do know it's in progress. I just can't attach my name to anything, ladies and gents. So, I want to make sure when we do launch the show that it's right and it's a good representation of how I want to communicate the iHeart Lay experience for all of its viewers. But for now, I can't stay away too long, so I had to get back to social media and just stay connected some kind of way. One of the ways I thought that I could do that is by introducing one of the segments from the show that you can expect to see. One of the segments that I'm sure you'll look forward to is called My Week in Review. And ideally, what will happen during that period of the show is I'll share an experience or a story that was shared with me, or an encounter I had, or even something in the news where I offer some commentary around it. And together we'll process or work through. To really get maybe some different perspectives around it, and some life lessons that we can apply with respect to matters of the heart. So let's kick it off. Here goes. So earlier in the week, one of my girlfriends reached out to me, and she was a bit frustrated because she was like, girl, I was talking to one of my girlfriends and I was just venting and sharing some thoughts that I had around a situation, and before I knew it, she got off the phone as soon as I was done telling her how I felt, and I felt so abandoned in the moment. So I thought that was key, that she called that out, that she felt abandoned in the moment. So after a little bit of self-discovery and just asking some more questions, one of the things that was of interest is, or I should say one of the things that we took away from that is, honey, you got to recognize what your role is in a relationship. And that's sort of the insight that I gave her. Many times we expect the folks that we're in relationships with, and platonic, I'm not talking romantic relationships, but platonic situations, we expect our girlfriends to come to our rescue in the same fashion that we would for them. Unfortunately, honey, just because you would take off your job, run off to get something to eat, stop by their house, take care of their kids, wash their clothes, and do all of that for them, doesn't mean it's going to happen to you. And no shade to that friend who doesn't show up in your life in that same way. What we can be grateful for is at least that they're an ear that will listen to you. But we have to be very clear about our role in that relationship. You got to know who you can call on for what, and that's exactly what the message is. That was not the girlfriend that you called on to vent to, and even if it is, don't expect a response of support. Once you were done, that was all she had to give you. So let that be. But if you really need to be able to talk to somebody, that's the moment where you say, you know what? Let me call Keisha. Or let me reach out to so-and-so when I need a good laugh. Or I'm going to holler at Shakita when I need to get some business ideas. You got to know who your friends are and what role they play. Now, when it comes to romantic relationships, that's a whole nother beast. There's a whole different set of rules for that. But when you start thinking about the people that are in your circle, who are in your life, who you connect with, recognize your role and don't place any special expectations on them that they're not prepared for. They are in your life for a reason. There is an exchange that you can have in terms of friendship and life and love and enjoyment. But when you're in crisis, one thing my god brother told me a long time ago is your emergency does not necessarily mean it's someone else's emergency. So in the moment, be grateful that you have someone that you can talk to, an ear that you can lean on, but recognize that that might not be the way that they show up for you in your relationship. Love them still the same. No shade, please. No palm tree level shade. Just because they didn't show up, don't break down. Don't get in a corner and want to disconnect from everyone in your circle because you didn't feel like someone supported you in the same way that you thought you would support them when they were in crisis. But be clear about who you can call on. And at the end of the day, honey, I'll tell you like my mama tell me all the time, it's Dr. Jesus who will answer the call whenever you reach out. Listen, just a little tidbit there for us to think about. I would love for you to share some of your additional thoughts and experiences on social media after you check out this video. Expect more to come. I can't stay away too long, so you'll see a little bit more of me in the near future. Love conquers all, y'all. Stay tuned for more details around the show. Appreciate you listening.